So now that you've actually outlined your persuasive letter, it's time to put it all together and actually make it sound persuasive. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to make sure that you have the date on the upper left-hand corner of your paper, and you also want to make sure that you have it appropriately addressed. So if you don't know who the letter will be going to, you just write to whom it may concern. I actually know who I'm writing to, so it's going to say, Dear Mr. Meyer. Okay, now, as far as the first sentence goes, you don't want the first sentence to just straight out be what it is you're looking for. Instead, you want to draw your reader in, and this is called a hook. So literally think of fishing. You use the hook in order to catch the fish, and then you reel it in. It's exactly the same thing. So if I'm writing about wanting murals on the walls in the school, I'm going to start thinking about how right now, without the murals, the school looks kind of like a prison. And I'm going to really hone in on that metaphor. Something to notice is that for a business letter, you do not indent paragraphs. Instead, you put a space between your paragraphs. And the reason we do this is because the letter will be single spaced. So let's go ahead and see how I started the letter out. School is an institution that provides students with intellectual freedom. So why is it that the Eau Plaine campus feels like a prison that has stolen the freedom of its students? Most American teens dread waking up early to attend school, but the dread is stronger when the students feel as if they are walking into a jail. When Eau Plaine students get off the bus and enter the building, their eyes are drawn to the amazing mural of the Blue Devil in space. The journey through the main office is bright and warm due to the colorful flags that wave in the rays of the sun that beam through the skylight. The cafeteria is welcoming with its detailed student mural and picture windows that provide a view of nature. But that's where the warmth ends. Once students cross the threshold to the second and third floors, they have entered a drab institutional world. It's no wonder kids are in sour moods in the halls, causing problems like convicts in prison. It is time to brighten up the educational atmosphere with student artwork. One of the things I want you to notice here is that I have incorporated a magic 3. It just so happens that my magic 3 is 3 separate sentences, but it's still that magic 3. It's 3 items in a list with detail. So now it's time to move on to the body. What are my main points to support this? Here we go. Large-scale student artwork not only appeals to the eye, but it also benefits academics and behavior. According to educational researcher Willard Daggert's articles, Color in an Optimum Learning Environment, color and aesthetics of a learning environment have an impact on student achievement as well as teacher effectiveness and staff efficiency. Okay, and when we write, we are constantly editing. There we go. Going on. Additionally, color on the walls has the ability to increase school pride, reduce disruptive behavior and aggression, reduce vandalism, and reduce absenteeism. These are all things that Warren could benefit from. It has also been found that by the time they reach adolescence, teens view large areas of primary color as elementary. According to a study performed by psychologist David R. Simmons, visual stimulation actually rewires the brain, making stronger connections while fostering visual thinking, problem solving, and creativity. Therefore, murals in the halls would break the monotony of the solid colored walls, providing students with artwork that engages brain receptors, which in turn will prepare them to be engaged in the classroom. So what I've done in this paragraph is I've taken research, I've put it in here, and I've applied it to my argument. I basically have said, so this is why we need murals on the hallway walls. Notice how I've incorporated my research. I put the researcher's name in here. Okay, so this is citing. I also put the title of the article, which is also that citing, because when you write a persuasive letter, you're not going to send a works cited page along with it. Instead, you need to make sure all that information is in the letter itself. Now, I have direct quotes as well. This first direct quote, I don't need to have that citation at the end because the citation's within the sentence. But after all my other direct quotes, I need to make sure that I state where they came from. So notice I have my author's last name in parentheses after each of these sentences with these direct quotes. Okay, now it's time to move on to the next main point. The environment at the Eau Plaine campus needs to change, but finance is a concern for the school. Therefore, I propose an innovative I propose an initiative that would allow the talented art students to create murals on the blank walls of the school. Warren is a wealth of artistic talent, and these young student artists deserve to showcase their work. Warren is a wealth of artistic talent, and these young student artists deserve to showcase their work while permanently providing joy to spectators. My junior high actually had an art class where students designed and executed student murals. Students receive credit for their hard work and time, and it does not cost the district anything beyond the normal class fees. Additionally, the work of the art students will increase student and teacher morale and achievement. How many other classes benefit not only the students, but the school as a whole? Now, this is a place where I would want to actually lengthen my letter a little bit and include something about the academic benefits of the artists, or to the artists. And I don't have that in there at the moment. Okay, last but not least, summing this whole thing up. It's time to brighten the walls and morale of the school, and student murals is the answer. Please consider allowing students to take part in improving their school environment by allowing them to showcase their talents. Sincerely, Christina Cook. And actually, we've got a little subject-verb agreement issue going on here. It should be the student murals, and student murals are the answer. There we go. So I hope that this example gives you an idea of what your final persuasive letter should look like, and how to put all the pieces together.